in the morning. Woo! We are here in the realm of Shoot Time in the Morning with Mitch, and we're going to talk a little turkey about what's going to go on and some life lessons and things and takeaways, and the hodgepodge that will be our 6th unit. So, first and foremost, without further ado, we are here and in the gym. We're going to have some activities going for the kids that are here. It could be a number of things. It could be working out. It could be running around outside playing rocks. It could be some relays. We'll do some things like maybe take a ball and have some teams and throw it one way and see who can get the fastest. There we go. And then we'll have some competition, because competition is great.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But as you guys are not here for our competition, we miss you. We want to touch base upon all the stuff that we've been talking about and remind you that life is going to continue. And what that means is, as it's continuing, how do you take away what you're learning and make sure that you stay healthy? Now, the reality is, some of you guys aren't into exercising. Well, you need to learn how to incorporate exercise somehow, some way. That can be walking. That can be riding a bike, jumping on a trampoline. Have fun doing that. Many of you are doing soccer, baseball, martial arts, gymnastics, swimming, things like that. Those are great activities. Keep those up. But we're going to show you a couple things of what we do, things that we like to do to stay in shape. And you got to find something deep down inside yourself that you like to do for the rest of your life. You're not going to have people motivating you pretty much after freshman year or sophomore year if you are not an athlete. So you got to find the motivation, and as you know, health is the key. So first and foremost, we're going to show you a couple cool things that go down, and I think Mr. Mitchell would agree with me that Mr. Moore-Henwick, for as goofy as he is, he works hard every day.
He does.
And we're going to show you one thing right now. Mr. Mitchell, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I'm just saying Mr. Morway is a beast when he works out. I mean, he works out religiously every single day.
Yep.
And he works out for at least an hour a day. And when he finishes working out, he is dripping sweat. Dripping.
You would never know Mr. Moore-Henwick was 175 years old from the way that he worked out. That's why he works out looks young, because he's so old.
I think it's the mask.
Fast. Now, did this with Mr. Moore-Henwick yesterday. I think it's good for you guys to see. I want to show you. All right, here's his setup here. All right, Mr. Moore-Henwick setup, and he's going to give us a showing of just how he does one set of his push-ups. All right.
Before I do that, Mr. Shoemake, let me point out something to you people at home. Most of you guys at home don't have these. What are these balls things?
Bosu.
Most of you don't have those at home. Here's some things you could do. It sounds silly, but just think about this. Most of you have some type of chair like this at home. So instead of doing the Bosu balls, because you don't have them, seriously, you can do this. Pick the chair up, put it down. Pick the chair up, put it down. Now, some of you might be saying, that is so stupid. Yeah, it is. Do it 10 times, people.
Yeah.
Do it 10 times. And then tell me it's stupid. Right, Mr. Mitchell?
Absolutely.
That will get you going. Do it 10 times.
It's a weight. Now, it doesn't look like a weight, but it's a weight. And all it is resistance. That's all the weight is. But the weights are conveniently located in the shape of a weight. These are actual real-world weights.
You're working the core.
15 pounds.
You're working easily 15 pounds.
15 pounds.
You're working your core.
15 pounds, people. All right, so
You're working your glutes.
here's
your
the point.
hamstrings.
Yes, look around your home. If you don't have weights, find something that has a weighted capacity where you can pick up and move. Those are some of the best exercises.
Indeed.
All right, so for push-ups, go ahead, Mr. Mitchell.
I was going to say, speaking about chairs, don't you do a chair push-up? Haven't I caught you doing a chair push-up every once in a while?
Once or twice, yeah, once or twice.
You want to see a good push-up? Watch this guy do chair push-ups right
Want me
now.
to do a chair push-up first?
Do a chair
All
push-up
right, let's
first.
use this one. So, chair push-up is you put your feet on the chair. All right, you put your hands just about under your pecs, maybe a little bit lower just because of the angle. And then you're going to do a number of reps. Okay? So, I usually put one foot up, one hand down, other hand down, other foot up. I adjust my hands, head up. You want to keep your rear end poked up a little bit. Then you're going to go down, all the way down your chest. 1, 2,
Look at this.
3. If you really get excited, you can do this.
There he is.
Look at that.
There he is. Now, that is, folks, the equivalent. Remember we said all things in the weight room are the equivalent of body weight exercises. It's an excellent way to do a push-up at home, but it's also the equivalent of the incline bench press, building your chest, your upper pectoralis majors, and an easy way to make those adaptations at home.
So here's another way you can do push-ups if you have these Bosa balls, and it does get tiring. So I kind of go left to right. That's what we'll do today. I'll do a quick set for you, show you what it looks like.
And I believe you're on 12. Is 12 the number you do normally?
Yeah, 12. It sets of 12. So you do these until you get to 12. So we'll just start right here. You do a regular push-up here. 1. Hand here. 2. Middle. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. So that would be one set.
Now,
You take about 30, 45-second break, and then you start from the other side.
Now, that's called hard working, folks. You get here, right across, walking with the movement here, and we're getting everything in to make sure that we are getting functional movement in the environment that we have set up. Now, Mr. Mitchell here, he does a lot of stretching with you guys when you guys are doing the workouts, all right? He does a lot of stretching. And what's some of the stuff that you do, Mr. Mitchell?
Now, I have, kids don't even know this, but I have a bad hip. And I'm having actually a hip operation the week school closes. My operation, the school closes like the 3rd or the 4th, so I'm having an operation on the 7th. So I've been like limping around. So I'm like relegated to doing some things that I like. Cardio is hard for me right now, but I still like to work my core. So I do 3 different core exercises every single day, and I try to do 100 reps of each. And they're easy, they're simple, and here they are. One of them is the bird dog. And the bird dog is very easy. You put your knees and your hands down, you lift one opposite, and then you point like a bird dog. And you hold this for as long as you can. I usually try and hold it for at least 30 seconds, sometimes a minute, depending upon how much time I have. All right, so you just hold it. So let's say the clock's ticking, boom, we've gone all the way to 60. Then you stop, and you just switch, and you hold it the other way. And this works your core non-stop when you do this. You'll feel it. You'll feel it in your abs. The longer you hold it, the more you'll feel it. And try and hold it for 60. Second exercise, easy one. Lie on your back. Put your feet down, put your hands down, and do leg lifts. Up, out, in, and down. Don't touch the floor though. Up, out, in, and lower. Up, out, in, and lower. Try and do 20 of those, 25 of them, 30, whatever you can do. Last one. I like planks, but with my hip, they're kind of hard for me to get all the way up. So I do these kind of planks, where I hold with my knees on the ground, but my side obliques are getting a really great workout. Same thing. Hold it for as long as you can. 60 seconds usually is what I try and hold it for every single time. Once you're done on this side, obviously switch and do it on the other side. You do those 3 exercises non-stop, I guarantee you'll start feeling it. Your core will start feeling it. And if you watch your diet, you'll start seeing those abs. Absolutely.
Excellent.
Mr. Shoemake over here, this is something I like doing too. This stretches out your chest, your biceps some, and then the rotation area of your shoulder. So
Great mobility for your shoulder.
Yes, I usually start on the black tape. It's kind of an easy rep for me, like this. Go back. Then I just kind of go in just a little bit, about an inch each side. Go back here. Then I go past the tape here, and just keep going in and in and in. Another thing I'll show you is these ropes. These ropes are great.
The battle ropes.
Most of you don't have ropes at home. But I'll do ropes here at school because they're available. You can do double armed ropes. How much does this rope weigh, you think?
I'd say a good 25 pounds, probably.
Yeah, something like that. So it's double armed.
It's like a gladiator on one of those, like, who's that? Ben-Hur.
Riding the spiked chariot.
There you go. Or you can do alternating arms. You can do this. Those are hard. All right, when you do the ropes, you want to go up past your nose, though. See how the rope's going up past my nose? Bend your feet, or bend your knees. Then Mr. Shoemaker's favorite, the ball. You want to show them how to do it, Mr. Shoemaker?
The punching bag. Well, there's the speed bag. There's the speed bag and the heavy
You
bag.
want to show them?
I could show them a little something here. We'll give you just a brief rundown here. This is the speed bag and heavy bag. Now the key for the speed bag, I'm not going to go too far into it. Just make sure when you hit it, you don't want to hit it and hit it. You want to hit it so it bounces off, back, and then hit it again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you pick up the pace, all right? So you can do both hands. You can go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, as you're picking it up, you're going to go faster and faster the more you see it, okay? Now, got his big brother here, the heavy bag. All right, this is your speed coordination. This is your punching power and heavy bag.
How much does that big bag weigh?
This one weighs about 100 pounds here. The heavyweight champion of the world probably hits one that weighs 250 to 300 pounds to signify the type of men that it'll be hitting. Now, Rocky Marciano was a smaller heavyweight champion of the world, and he hit the biggest heavyweight bar, the heavy bag at all, because he was a smaller guy. He knew he's fighting those bigger guys. He figured he had to hit and make a move. But the key is you want to make the bag move, all right? If you're not making the bag move, you're not punching hard enough. So the key is you want to get the bag moving to symbolize something coming at you, and then punching into it, punching into it, punching into it, punching into it, make it move. Now you can't hit the same spot because guess what? Your opponent has a body and a head. So as you push the bag around, make it move. All right? You see the bag moving, that means that your opponent is going to eat some of that power. And we'd love to have you here and show you how to do some self-defense. Also, my favorite thing of all, I think, little King of the Ring sumo style wrestling. But right now, we can't show you because we're not here. So, we all have things that we like to do. We all have things that you like to do. You can kick
Oh!
right? You can punch the bag. You can work on your speed coordination. You can work on your core over here in the corner, like Mr. Mitchell says. You can work your shoulders. You can work your push-ups and everything.
Now, Mr. Shoemaker, not everyone has a speed bag or punching bag at home. Talk real quick about shadow boxing, how exhausting that can be.
Well, look, shadow boxing is moving and working your timing accordingly as if you were fighting an opponent. All right, the key for fighting, boxing, sport of boxing, head movement. You never want to keep your head because that's a target. So you're constantly moving, practicing your jab, your combinations. All right? Now, you do this, moving around, throwing your combinations for 3-minute rounds. Boy, it gets tiring. All right? Something similar that boxers do. You guys may not have one of these, but they're 99 cents. Go out.
Don't get a jump rope.
Grab yourself a jump rope. And make sure it's the right size jump rope. You do one of these for, hey, 2-minute round, 1-minute round. All right? You're going here. You make sure you wear the proper footwear. You won't have that problem. All right? Moving, constantly moving around, side to side, get motion in. You do that for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you'll be breathing heavy. You do that for 12 rounds of 3 minutes, and you'll be ready for a nap. So, lots of things you can do. Make sure you find something you do that you love. Swimming, great, go swim. Walking, great, go for a walk. Hiking, go for a walk. Go for a hike. Biking, same thing. Make sure you find something you love.
Before we get to the sports factor, look at Mr. Shoemake putting the rope up. That's something we need to talk about real quick, guys, is putting equipment away properly, right? Mr. Mitchell, what would you say about that? Putting things away properly.
When I'm in the weight room and we have all those weight plates all over the place, I'm very, very strict on each plate deserves to be put with the same weight. So if you have a 5-pound plate, don't put that 5-pounder with 25-pounders.
No.
Put them with the 5-pounders. And don't leave those weights on a bar. When you finish lifting that bar, when you finish, you gotta clean your bar. Put those weights back on that weight tree where they belong. So yeah, absolutely. You never want to leave equipment on the floor. Never. People will trip on it. Somebody could get hurt. And it's just, what you're supposed to do is, you're supposed to have the respect. Again, we're doing HR squared. The respect of those other people who are soon going to work out. They're not going to work out with the same weight you're working out with. They'll work out with a different weight. So you put your weights away, and then those people who come to the bench and then come to that bar, they'll know that the bar is empty, and they'll put the weight on that they want.
But what about the kids at home who say, well, I'm not going to clean up at school. My room's a mess at home anyway.
I'm not your mommy!
And I'm not your daddy. What? Clean your room, people. Clean your room.
Clean that weight room.
All right, sports fact. What do you got for us today?
Well, we were just talking, Mr. Shoemake and I, about a local boxer out of Oakland. And he was an Olympic gold medal winner. And then he went on to fight for the middleweight championship and knocked out everyone who tried to take that belt away from him. And then he went up to light heavyweight and knocked out everyone who tried to take the belt away from him. And he retired undefeated.
After whooping Crusher Kovalev's butt.
Who is that guy? Who is that middleweight and light heavyweight champion out of Oakland?
Private Bay Area.
All right, Jolly Geographer.
All right. Well, we talked a little bit about boxing, my favorite sport, and Mr. Mitchell's top sports too. So, since we're on the sport of boxing, there was a great fight in history where one of the best fighters of all time on Mr. Mitchell's homepage, named Muhammad Ali, born Cassius Clay, fought a man named George Foreman. And it was called the Rumble in the Jungle. Well, where is said jungle? Where did the Rumble in the Jungle take place? What country? What part of the world? And did you get last week's question? Where was the mountain peak that's famous? Well, of course, that's Pikes Peak, folks. So, America the Beautiful on Pikes Peak. And where did the Rumble in the Jungle take place?
Guys, what did the left eye say to the right eye?
What?
Between you and me, something smells. Now, think twice about that, because some of you are thinking, I don't get it. The right eye says to the left eye, between you and me, something smells. What smells between your eyes? I hate to have to explain these jokes. That means they're not very good, but you know what I mean. Quick question for you guys. How much would you sell your right eyeball for? If I said I'll give you $10 for you to gouge out your right eye and give it to me, would you do that for $10, guys?
No.
How about 20?
No.
1,000?
No.
Would you guys do it for 10,000? Just your right eye?
No.
1 million?
No.
I wouldn't either. That's one small part of your body. Value your whole body, guys. Exercise your body. Get your body to the point of anxiety where your brain starts telling your heart, uh-oh, pump that oxygenated blood, get it going, where your skin begins to sweat to cool the body down. Your body's valuable. Now, when you're my age, Mr. Mitchell's age, Mr. Shoemake's age, things are going to start going like my eyes. It drives me nuts, but I got to keep glasses on me at all times because if someone gives me something to read, I got to put on my glasses. When I was Mr. Shoemake's age, I didn't need to do that. Although, Mr. Mitchell, you don't wear glasses either, do you?
For driving.
For driving you do, but you don't for reading.
Nope.
So, point is, enjoy your body right now at 13 or 12 or 14 years old. I'm enjoying my body at 53. All right? They're enjoying their bodies at their age. The bottom line is you start to break down slowly. So value your body. You value your eyes. Value your whole body by working your body. Keeping in shape. Thoughts on that, guys?
Eat well.
Eat well.
Working out, be healthy, get enough rest, drink water, all the things we're teaching you.
Those three things, Mr. Shoemaker, remember? Eat well, exercise hard, sleep enough. You just mentioned them.
Perfect. Now, we all have our different quirks and challenges. All things that when we were 15, 14, 13 we could do that we can't do now. Right? Mr. Mohammed couldn't see now. You can see back in the day. But on a serious note, all right, Mr. Mitchell has expressed to you guys or explained that he's having a hip surgery. Well, you think that 12-year-old mouse was running around Yonkers thinking he was going to have a hip surgery? Absolutely not. So the key is you're going to have enough challenges on your own naturally. Don't put yourself in a position where you give yourself health challenges that can be easily avoidable. All right, and a lot of that in America, unfortunately, has to do with poor diet. So you get a lot of obesity. Also, not enough rest. Right, so you have a lot of added stress, a lot of cortisol in your system because you're not getting enough rest. And then the choice, the one that's the choice is, are you getting up and moving? Are you sitting down, clicking on the tube? Or for some of you guys playing video games and then falling asleep on the couch. And all the walking you do is up to bed and you fall asleep in your street clothes. And then you get up and do it all again the next day. So find something that you love. And I don't care what it is. It's for you to decide that you love. And then get up and do it.
Yeah, you're right, Mr. Shoemaker. Before, when I was 15, I could see clearly. I could see things crystal clear. That reminds me of a song.
Well, the rain is gone.
I can see clearly now.
Rain is gone. Whoa! What is going on here?
Still building healthy relationships.
And what's the purpose of art?
HR squared.
Honesty, respect, responsibility. So, we are truly trying to give you the tools to get through now, but to be healthy at whatever you do throughout the rest of your life. And we hope that you do it. I hope to see you guys as doctors, lawyers, carpenters, athletes, whatever you want to do. I don't know what you want to do. What do you want to do? But when you're there, you don't want to have something as trivial as, well, I ate too many cheesecakes when I was 21 and I can't move now, to be taken away from that. So be healthy, and it's not going to happen overnight. You always got to try and keep on following the ability to be a little bit better today than you were yesterday. So do it and keep on pushing. Push on 3. 1, 2, 3.